Sorry. You will say, oh, these Biafra agitators, that is how they do. They insult people. I am not insulting anybody. I have never insulted anybody. But what I say is that for those of you who are ignorant, and ignorant is not an insult. Ignorant is a word to describe those who lack knowledge of something. You become ignorant of that thing. So I am calling you ignorant of this, your history, that you don't know. Because if you come publicly to say that Delta State is not Biafra, or that Niger Delta is not Biafra, or that Ijaw people is not Biafra, then you are ignorant. And we are doing the job now to make sure that you come out from your ignorance, that you are educated about this particular topic that has thrown you upside down. So Biafra, when we talk Biafra, don't ask us to bring out our map. Our map is in 1954 history of Nigeria. Everything you see in public domain, the incident and as the history happened in 1954, it is what made up the map of Biafra. When we have referendum, most of you who are shouting this, that you are not Biafra, you are inconsequential. It is the people that will vote, either to belong to Biafra or to have country on their own. You are inconsequential. When Nigeria will conduct referendum for Biafra independence and Oduduwa Republic, you can choose to remain with them. But I am telling you now, as of today, and this history can never be wiped away, any day we mention Biafra, you are part of Biafra if you are in Niger Delta. Any day we mention Biafra, you are part of Biafra if you are Ijaw, if you are Ibibio, if you are in the eastern region of Nigeria, you are a Biafran. And by the time we will start the referendum and the freedom of Biafra, you may decide to pack your load and go to Northeast if you don't accept to be Biafra. Because most of you are already Muslims, you are Muslim convert, and whenever you hear Biafra, because you know Biafra is going to be free of fanaticism, it is not a religious country, you will be shaking. You rather want to be muzzling yourself with the Fulanis and the killers and terrorists because you have been converted to Islam. So you will choose to go to Sambisa Forest with your Islamic faith. But in Biafra land, it is going to be a sane country. And I want to draw your attention to some video that has been going viral today about some people in the bus. Some people that have been attacked in the bus, and they say they have killed them, or that the thing is happening in Olo in Imo State, and the thing is happening in Ebonyi State. I want to bring the attention of everybody. This video that are being shared today, as far as I'm concerned, is a fake video. There is no such incident in Ebonyi State. There is no such incident in Olo in Imo State. When you watch that video, you will find out that those people are not even speaking Nigerian language. At least not that I know. If they are speaking something else, maybe in the Jos or anything like that, it can be different. But the language that they are speaking in that video is not Igbo language. And the language is not Biafra language. And the language, as far as I know, is not Nigerian language. So those people circulating those videos do not bring panic in Ebonyi State. That is not Ebonyi State dialect. That is not Imo State Igbo dialect. The video is, as far as I'm concerned, if you claim it comes from Igbo land, is fake. But if it comes from other part of Nigeria that we don't know, then I am not going to totally debunk the video, because it is possible. Because you have a lot of languages in Nigeria and all that. But this video you are circulating, don't target Igbo, that the incident happened in Biafra land, because it is fallacy. It is fallacy. People should disregard that video that you have people dying in the bus. And even when you look at the bus, the seat of the bus is not the kind of bus you will see in Nigeria. That bus doesn't look like a bus that you can use in Nigeria. The seat, that when you see this kind of thing, we are expert in these things, we know. We investigate, we do our investigation, not only on ground, but we know how to do our investigation. So that bus cannot be in Nigeria. The setting and the seat of that bus doesn't look like a bus that is being driven in Nigeria. And the language they are speaking in that video, at least, I cannot totally rule out of Nigeria, but the video has nothing to do with Biafra. It has nothing to do with Olo in Imo State. It has nothing to do with Ebonyi State, because if you claim that the video is from Ebonyi State or from Imo State, then I am debunking that video. It is fallacy. It is a lie, and people should stop spreading that video. It is a lie. Nobody in Ebonyi State was killed in the bus. There is no bus in Ebonyi State that people were killed. There is no bus in Olo in Imo State that people were killed. Stop spreading fallacy. We Biafrans, the Biafra agitators, we don't deal with fake news. Everything you hear from us is truth. We don't peddle lies. We don't do our agitation with lies. We don't do our agitation by bringing fake videos so that the public will have sympathy on us. No, everything you see from us is authentic. Everything you hear from us is authentic. Something that is verifiable with fact. Before we come public to make anything, we have verified and we have evidence and we have data. So we don't do fake news. Biafran IPOB don't do fake news. Biafra agitators don't do fake news. Everything we do is pure and truth and fact. And for this reason, I am calling people in Biafra land to disregard that video from the analysis I have given to you now. First of all, those people don't speak Igbo. Second of all, there is no incident, there is no such incident in Ebonyi State. Third of all, they don't speak Ebonyi dialect. Fourth of all, there is no such incident in Olo in Imo State. Fifth of all, the bus itself, when you look at the seat of the bus and the setting of that bus, you find out that that can never be Nigeria. Even if it is Nigeria, let them come and tell us which part of Nigeria did it happen, but it is not in Ebonyi State and it is not in Imo State. So we are debunking that video and asking the people spreading the video to stop spreading it until they come to tell us and translate the language that those people in the video are speaking and where that video was taken, and that particular bus cannot be in Nigeria. Thank you for joining me this evening. And remember, any Delta State person that talks nonsense from now on, send him this video, send her this video, and if they talk again, you send the video again. We will begin to lecture these people because they think that all of us are just carried away with this agitation, that we are overlooking them. We are overlooking them, and whenever we talk about Biafra, they will begin to say, Delta is not Biafra. Anytime they talk like that, send them this video. Tell them, after watching the video, they should bring their own history to tell where Delta come from, where Delta State were mapped out or carved out from, that make them believe that Delta State is not Biafra land. Tell them to come publicly to air where they think Delta come from. Otherwise, they should just accept and stop disgracing themselves in public. Thank you for joining me this evening. Remember, supporting Nigeria is supporting terrorism. Those of you who are politicians, who are following politicians, who are member of APC, and every time your brother talk, Nigeria is dying, you say Nigeria will be better. You are supporting terrorism, and not until you become the victim before you will understand. The people that were killed today, the 6 soldiers that were killed today in Borno State, all of them were fighting for one Nigeria, and today they have died. And as they die today, they die for nothing. Their family members will not be remembered. Their children will not be remembered. Their wife will not be remembered. Nobody will remember him. Nobody will